Guys, Deluded Gooner, we obviously won the Community Shield yesterday, and I don't know if Wilshere was there. I didn't see him, and it got my the creative juices, or it got my brain working, and I've got some thoughts I'd like to get off my chest. Now, you guys have seen my thoughts on Wilshere. You guys know Wilshere is one of my favorite videos. The reason I do these videos is because if you go and look at the first one, I've said it enough times. Wilshere being loaned out annoyed me. I'm not going to get into the specifics. I made a video a couple weeks ago. Go and check it out. Can we trust Jack Wilshere? Yes, you can when he's fully fit. He's got the ability. But when I say the trust thing, I mean it's a basis of that. If you look at the Premier League alone, 38 games, 16 if we including the final if we get there in Europa League, however much for the FA Cup and however much for the Carling Cup. That's a lot of games. Now, we know we desperately need a midfielder, the destroyer type, or more so the Santis type. Wilshere can do that as well as playing as a 10, as well as playing as a box-to-box or a deep line playmaker. Whenever he's fit, he's always one of the best. You look at 2012, you look at when Wilshere was coming into the first team and into his career. You look at Alexis's debut season up until Wilshere got injured I think versus United at home by Paddy McNair. He was actually good in that game. He was one of our best players for that whole bit. So when he's there, few people can match him. Now, back before I got sidetracked in regards to the trusting thing, can you, with what I said, trust him over the certain amount of games? Can you trust him to not invest in a centre mid, to bet on him that he's going to be fit and whatnot? Yes, last year he made 20 plus appearances for Bournemouth, and it was a very good season for him. He hasn't had a season like that in a while, but it still ended in tragedy. So that gives us a lot to think about. And Wenger's echoed them thoughts basically. He said recently, he said Wilshere has the talent to be a regular, but has to come back to competition in a consistent way. Does that sound any different to what I said in my video about being able to trust him? When he's fit, he has the ability. Lord knows how much I love this guy as a footballer, man. No, yeah, man. The only midfielders that can actually claim to be outstandingly better than him is Ozil in the 10. He's never going to play ahead of Ozil. Xhaka to a degree, but even Xhaka is not clear of him. And last year you saw he was scared to fight El Nene and Coquelin for a space. I know there was fitness and all of that, but let's be real. I know Jack Wilshere. I know what he's capable of. I would have liked him to stay. It didn't happen. There was a case for a loan. He's went and done it, and it's been positive. He's also said. I think Wenger's keeping a thingy. A shirt or a spot open for him. We know Wilshere's recently returned to full fitness per se, in the sense that he's back training with the main group of lads. So yeah, he's keeping a spot. He's allowing him to develop. Like I've told you guys before, you'd like to imagine the Europa League and the Carling Cups and the odd Premier League appearance initially as he works his way back to fitness and Wenger assesses his level. That's the games he'll get. Wilshere's changed his tone. Last year he didn't want to fight. This year he wants to fight. We know his future's in the balance. The club have somewhat made him available, but they're not going to force him out. And a difficult decision will have to be made by a Wenger, because on ability and love, the guy is quality, but sometimes you've got to be cruel to be kind. Let him go somewhere else, let him play football and let him develop again and have some sort of a career. He's 25, 26. Someone with this much ability is sad. I know people make jokes and we joke about glass ankles all the time and things like that, but these things can cause depression, and it is a crime if he doesn't get to showcase, at least for a season or two, his ability that he has. He just needs to stay fit, man. I believe he can talk to all of these midfielders, bar Ozil, when he's fit. So yeah, man. He said the decision hasn't. He said yeah, he's gone through hard times in his career, and he's been quite open about that. Yes, it's been well documented. Wilshere's broken ankles and all of these things. Wenger to a degree did overplay him. If you go look at hindsight, I didn't want to believe it at first, but when you go and do your research, you can see there is a case, man. Like. He said a difficult convo awaits again because Wilshere is quality, and it will be difficult in the sense that you're gonna have to be cruel to be kind. He's also said that there's when referred to about his future, he's also said, and I quote, that decision is not completely made. I want him to have the chance to play somewhere as well. And then the rest of it is a waffle. Basically, he's basically saying that he'll decide once he's fully fit. That's ambiguous. I mean, the whole play somewhere else, that could mean immediately play here. That could mean playing another position. That could be talk towards his agent. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes, if he wants to sign a new deal, if we offered him one or not. That could be just find another club. That's a very ambiguous term. Maybe he's even challenging Wilshere and offering him something. Prove your fitness and I'll meet you halfway, sort of thing. Be criminal if we let the guy go, but I can understand it can, and you've got to be cruel to be kind. We got a dose of life without Jack Wilshere. I mean, if we're really honest, he hasn't been relevant per se to Arsenal. I know I love the guy, but he hasn't been relevant purely because he hasn't been here and been fully fit. The one time he was fully fit, Gabriel injured him. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of midfielders. There's a Ox can play midfield, and whether it's on the wing or in the middle, there's question marks over his future. We've got El Nene. There's Coquelin. There's obviously Ramsey. There's Xhaka. There's Santi, question mark. There's Lamar, question mark. There's Ozil, question mark. You get it? So there's a lot of options. Obviously, to play at a club like Arsenal, I know we're not the biggest of clubs, but to play at a big club per se, you've got to welcome competition. You've got to fight. Your place will always be under threat. Look at Hector Bellerin, slightly different. Bellerin, um, all of the squads in recent years have been up for debate. One position at right back, you probably wouldn't have had to think about that Bellerin. A position change, you've now seen Ox can do something on playing at right wing back or right back. So now Bellerin came out of the side, and well, he's back in it now. But you get where I'm going, guys. So you get to see it, man. But I would like him to stay. But if I'm honest, there is a part of me that would like to see him leave and have a career, and sometimes the romantic fairy tale that we want it to be, Jack Wilshere, one of our main players, maybe it just won't happen. Like I said, I would love for it to happen, but I get both sides, guys. Delu Laguna, I'm signing out. I'm waffling. This is very depressing for me. I just thought I'd bring you this one quickly because I felt Wenger was very ambiguous in regards to his comments. So yeah, he's in full training. He said he wants to fight for his spot. We'll see as the season progresses. Guys, I'm out.